Alright, welcome back to another episode of Game Crafters. Roll it. We're going to be doing some stuff here, as you can clearly see. This right here, well, I guess I technically could move this here, is our navigation that we're trying to get made. Something I wanted to do off camera, but I guess we're going to do it now. So, yeah, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Nothing too special. I'll be talking about some stuff here and there. I do need to go over to here and see how I did most of the paths here. Like, is this counted? That's the question. No. It seems like most of it is counting the only ones connected here. But then we have, like, say, split path. What would it be? 4 this is with the secret lock. I think secret lock. Where are you at here? Oh, alternate movement arrows, but that doesn't make any sense. Why is that here? If there's any place you need to be in, it would have to be here in this path. Okay, well, the point here is this is the this is how this is supposed to be. Some of these just aren't right. Like, that's right. Ah, whatever, it's fine. There are things here. Oh, we need the gate. That's hilarious. That's fantastic. Oh, wait, I'll just open this up and get this taken care of immediately? Maybe. You know, I'll worry about that later. I don't want to have, like, any more... It's fine. We're here. Thankfully. Ooh, Warframe. I really want to get to doing that. Did I say disabled? I don't know. Either way, look. Problems. Crush them all. What do you call it? Front. Fix your goddamn lag. Yeah, you can see that. Fix the lag, damn it. You get the fuck out of here. Actually, I don't know where the hell I want to put you. I wanted to go see if I was recording everything, and it's fine. I still have this here. I really wish I could stop somehow fat fingering these stupid things. I'll worry about that later. We do know we need to do this actually, so I'll just do it now. God damn it, fucking Christ. There. Let's just at least set it up. I'll figure out how I want to go about fixing most of this later. We only have like one gate though, right? So technically I don't even need this. I just don't know where this needs to be. We don't need the blue gate or the lever. We don't need any of that. Variable wise, we don't need the blue gate. Movement arrows, secret lock, red gate. In this case, red's like the default color. Path. Okay, alright. Surely that won't be too big of an issue, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. Right now, the only thing we're focusing on is here. The mountainous crossroads. Which I do think I should try to, I don't know what I want to do here. We'll leave it for now. We'll figure something else out. In the meantime, I'm going to do more important things, which is set up navigation. Because I need navigation. Navigation. Yes, navigation. Also, this is not right. I need you to be up one. I gotta make sure everything here is right where it needs to be. And the path it needs to be, so on and so forth. Most of these is pretty simple, thankfully. And most of this, like that, is right where it needs to be. I don't think this... Wait, where is it? Oh yeah, it comes over to here. Well, I don't think most of this matters. I'll still at least show it. Yeah, no. These are pretty simplistic. They don't need too much to go for them. Didn't I also just activate something to not rename new objects? I.e., not to do that is what I thought that meant. I don't know. So, aside from this, let's talk about other things. Croc has got an update. If you are looking at the channel and you're watching this, you see that we just posted another episode of us doing that. And the main bulk of that episode, basically, we just did some achievements that we technically already did. Kind of, Suedo showed you all of the bonus areas that you can get access to. We did. And then we completed some of the new achievements that we could get. All but one achievement, which is going to take some time to get done with. And that achievement, well, is to complete 30 time trials with a gold. The other one was 5 platinums, and we got 10 platinums. Yeah, the platinums. Those are going to be a little bit of a bitch to get. The first zone was a bitch in of itself. Oh, but it doesn't end there. No, it definitely does not. The pain doesn't stop there. Now, technically I don't have to go and try to get all platinums, but I kind of want to at least attempt to do it. And it's taken the place of Sonic Adventures 2, as you could clearly see. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter what direction it is. Anyways, yeah, that's something we're doing now. Can't tell for sure if getting all platinums is going to be a smart idea. Luckily, though, restarting the level doesn't, Restarting the level restarts my lives back to where they were. Which means that, technically speaking, this is probably going to be in the way, isn't it? But technically speaking, we can just keep trying to get a platinum. Okay, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing about some levels that are going to be a bitch and a half to get platinums on. Now, you don't have to do like the crystals. All you gotta do is just get to the gong in time. As fast as you can. You don't gotta do anything. It's like there's a certain route and certain paths you gotta take in order to reach the destination that you are trying to reach. The problem is, there's at least one level that's going to suck, or at least a good handful of levels, if I'm being completely honest with you here. The one level that I am very much dreading to do is the second, I wouldn't say the third to last, realistically speaking, the level before the final boss. You know what that is. And it is going to suck the donkeyest of dicks. I know that's a weird thing to say, but it's true. It's so true you can understand it. That level and the physics and trying to do that in a row. Here's the thing. That level requires patience to get through it. However, meanwhile, you have a fucking platinum time trial that's probably going to be like, God, what, like a minute? Probably not a minute. But the amount of time it's going to take to be able to get through that section, to even get a gold, is going to be the worst. Now, granted, the achievement is get 30 gold. I could literally just get, like, the first 3 islands completed, and I will have my gold. But, also, I think this is B. This is B, this is probably A. There's, I don't know, some particular strategy that goes into, doing certain things. So, moments where I have crystals, usually, I'm not going to have a crystal because it's going to take me too long to go out of my way to get a crystal. And, yeah, all in all, I think the time trials are going to be very painful, but I do want to at least do them. So, realistically, time trials are only ones left. All the achievements except for one, which is time trials getting 30 golds, has been collected. That's the only achievement I have left to collect. Once I've collected that achievement, though, then I suppose that's pretty much it, right? Achievement acquired, but there's still technically 45 levels if the bosses are counted as, levels, if that's where you go to get the things that you need to get. That's definitely going to be fun? Question mark? Can I really say that it's going to be fun? Like, the first zone was fine. Like, challenging, not too bad. Some of it was fun. Some of it was just tedious and annoying. The things that I am worried about are the later levels. The snow zone, not going to be that big of a problem. I feel like the snow zone is probably going to be a million times easier. Well, not a million times easier. The forest, it's just its own thing. Okay, well, that's a problem. See, this is why I'm doing this. I gotta do this to open these areas up in order to get them to where they need to get to. So now the objective here is to show this. Hide this for now. Okay, I guess I'll just bring you down. But if I bring you down, I kind of have to bring all of you down as well, so it's fine. This is something I have been wanting to do off camera, but yeah, I couldn't. There's just so many other things that were needing to get done with, and I clearly wasn't able to get any of it done with. I'll bring that along, why not? Okay, now this is the part that needs to be adjusted. Stuff like this needs to be adjusted to make up for... Oh, we could probably still do this. No, make it 2. But yeah, as I was saying, some of those time trials are going to be probably the worst time trials to have to go through. Like, let's be realistic here. Some levels require you to have some patience. I don't know if the developers had that in mind when they made the time trials. Because don't forget, Croc did not have time trials originally. This is a whole new update that they added in. They went down the Crash Bandicoot route, and now we have literal platinum relics. This is what we have right now. Platinum relics. But not really a platinum relic, it's more like a platinum token. More so. This is what we have. This is the collectible that we can get our hands on. And, yeah. You can imagine that I'm not looking forward to most of those platinums, let alone the golds. Sure, we won't lose lives, but we will lose our sanity. But hey, who knows? Maybe I can manage to get it throughout the course of who knows how long. Stuff takes a while. Makes sense, right? If we're only going by like an island and episode again, and speedrunning. And a speedrun, luckily, it doesn't take that long. It all depends on if I can get the right route. And if I can get the right route, then we're golden. So you'd think. But like I said, time trials, they're challenging. Obviously, they're going to be challenging. You got to complete the level quickly. And there are some aspects to this game that really does not benefit you speed running through it, is the thing. And if you mess up once, you got to restart the whole level. And like I said, usually it's not bad. If it's like a small portion of the level, it's manageable. But that doesn't change the fact that it still be tedious. Like even at boss fights, you really gotta know how the boss moves Because if you don't know how to boss moves and you keep trying to bait the boss, you're going to get killed because you couldn't collect a single crystal, because no crystal that was by itself and in a reasonable place was there for you to get, and get the platinum as well. Then again, I think I got the platinum on that one, like, well, first try as in completing it, so, you know, technically that is the case, that is the truth, that is what happened there. Oh, wait, I'm a fool. Fool clothing. This is not supposed to be that. I think this one's supposed to be path 2, because this... Yeah, 2. This is 1-5, that's 1-5. This is 2-1, that's 2-1. This is 2-2, that's 2-2. So on and so forth. I forgot about that. I almost did the stupid. There would have been no values increased here, because it wouldn't have worked that way. I skipped over one. God damn it. Wait, I didn't... What? Are there 2 things here? Get your ass out of here! Why were there 2 things here? We don't want 2 things here. How the frick? You know what? It's fine. It's fixed now. That's all that matters. Okay, these we will still do anyways, but yeah. I mean, some of these are pretty easy to distinguish. Just look for the thing. I don't even really need the map. I don't think we're going to be making anything here. This one should be 3-1. Yep, 3-1. Yeah, what was that frickin' guy's name again in the game? Pete or something? That douche nozzle with the hammer? The hammer? Yeah, that asshole. The hammer guy. God, that one's gonna suck to get just the gold and let alone the platinum. I don't even know how to feel about it, you know? Clearly they tested it. They got it as close as they possibly could. That is the case. They got it as close as they possibly could. I've been like milliseconds away from, you know, not getting the platinum. So they obviously tested it. What were they thinking when they saw Pete and were like, oh god, how the fuck do we do this? Dude, this is almost impossible. Which realistically, how many people are going to actually somehow manage to get platinum on that? It's like the high road, or whatever the second, what do you call it, level in Crash 1 is, the bridge level. It's like the high road. I'm going to make comparisons between the two, because technically speaking, this really does feel like Crash Bandicoot Time Trials, which, you know, Time Trials is a thing, but, you know, this is kind of the era where Croc, Crash, and Spiral were like in the same area, like genre, whatever, that kind of stuff. So I can't help but make that comparison. It's not a bad comparison. It's nice to have time trials. This will not have time trials. Though I do kind of want to have at least a standalone, well, not standalone, but like a DLC branch off. That's the thing about this. I only have like a max of 999 levels to work with here. And if I go any further than that, then we will reach a limit of the way the thing calculates the 3 numbers. And also, if we go more than that, then that would basically put in the place that, yes, we could theoretically go to 9,999 levels, which is not something I want to do. Getting 999 levels in and of itself is a bit more of a pain in the ass, obviously. The thing about what I had in mind is there are certain levels we can have that will be a lot more difficult. Luckily, however, did I grab this? I did not. Luckily, however, if we have it set as DLC levels, they will not be accounted towards the main progress. And the reason why I'm saying luckily is there's a very specific system that I don't even know if I said it or not, but a system that I had in mind that will make you tear your hair out if you see, oh, I gotta also do those. No, you don't have to do those on top of that. Granted, this particular challenge I have, which is like optional and is not really necessary to be completed to get like 100 or all the achievements. This particular objective, it's a little bit of a bitch. Not gonna lie. I guess the best way I can describe it is 999 levels. Oh shit, I died. Gotta restart the whole thing. That's gonna be, I suppose those we don't really want to be like that. Where does this come off of again? Here, so I guess 3, or just go for 2, and we'll just go for 4 after that. The way this is set up is just, the way it is. Can't be helped. I'll say it's a good thing we technically don't have to worry too much about, what you call it, losing lives in that game. I'm just gonna lose sanity, really. I should just double check to make sure that if it is somehow meshing in, it's not gonna be a problem. Like here, it will be a problem. So we could just make this one 2, bring this up to 1, and then make these 2, bring this up to 1. Make these 5. I think just bring this up to 8, really. There we go. I don't think these are going to get in the way, at least I hope not. Yeah, good. And this is why we gotta do this. Now, there's you. You are gonna be several bitches. How am I gonna do this? Let's see. I could bring this up, and I could bring this 2. Or 2. Yeah, then this is all going to get in the way too, so we do kind of want to, like, maybe bring this, like, out here or something. Put it at 2, and then go for 0.5. This is the one thing we just didn't really keep in mind for some stupid reason. Well, do we even need this to be this far out? Maybe make it like 11 and bring it down here or something. No, don't do that, you fool. That one is fine. Okay, that's freed up, but there's still this here. Oh yeah, that's a problem. Okay. Well, I could just do this, -4. But there's still a problem, and it's this. But I think there's more to it than just that. Like, how much is it? Oh yeah, no, that's further. That's further down more, so I think I have to bring you down to like here and bring you down to like or maybe make you 2. These are things I just didn't really think about when I was doing this. Gotta leave some space open for movement arrows and whatnot. I should make sure that everything is good, because this one also kind of has the same issue, right? Yeah. The mixed in pieces here. Of course, we could just bring this down to a solid 4. Oh, no. And bring this out here and do something similar to this, question mark. 6.5. Bring it in. There. That at least fixes the one problem here. Like so. Then there's also technically you. The bridge does need to get some adjustments made. Oh, man, I'm tired. Do we even really need these here? Oh, okay, I guess if we want this to still be here, bring it down to 3. It won't be in the way for any of these at all. Top that off with you. Where is this exactly? God, I wish I could see. But it's like right there, right? Yeah, okay, good. Great, fantastic. I realize that many of these will have to change for some of this to work. Makes sense. It's very annoying the amount of changes we have to do just to make this stuff work. I mean, some of these is pretty obvious and simple. Let's see. I don't think that's in the way of anything. Yeah, I'd say the best rule to keep in mind is remember, 2 below this, keep free. 1 above that, keep free. Even going any other one. Every single one of that still is the same. Which is, you know, good to live by. But that's only by at least that size. Let's not forget, there are some stuff like this here. This stuff right here, going by its own size. I also don't know if this is right where it needs to be. It seems like it. Right, so it's just these spots there. Other than that, remember, 2 from here. So that's easy enough to remember. Good. 2 away from that. Sometimes I wish that these complications weren't here, but you know, they're here. They're here and we gotta deal with them. Alright, I think you gotta be 2. You might be getting away with 3? No, you can't get away with 3. Yeah, just like the other one couldn't get away with 3. Alright, just bring you in and just bring in another piece and make it 3. Great. Alright, that should free that up at least, so that's good. And you, I think, needs to be 3 as well. Yep, just like that. Okay, good. Most of this side is good and finished, it seems. And this one is out in the open, so that shouldn't be a problem. I'd say we just need to not keep having things go up near the level if it's near these things here. The only thing that we don't have yet is this, but that's a side path. As you can clearly see. Alright. Wish I wasn't tired. And it's been a pretty lengthy day, I'd say. Certain things haven't gotten done yet during this time frame. But we'll hopefully get done at some point in the future. Okay, well, you're pretty much open and not in the way, so that should be fine. Other than that, though, I do believe you are. Yep, this number. Easy enough. Roll then. So now I gotta put this over here. And this, since this one is left, this is fine. This one is going to be 3 and 1, just like how you are also 3 and 1. Still thinking about those time trials. Armies really wonders if I should actually just go through and try to get all 45 platinums. What's harder, getting 45 platinum tokens in Croc, Legend of the Gobos, Remaster, Platinum Edition, whatever name it goes by, or getting all platinums in all 3 Crash Bandicoot games? I don't know, at least with Crash, it sometimes feels like everything, it goes the way it should, but also different physics engine. But also same issues. They can't jump off the edges worth shit. They used to be able to, but for some reason, pill hitboxes have become all the rage for platforming, which does not make sense. I want square hitboxes again. None of this pill hitbox shit. Makes sliding off of shit too easy, and it's not fun when that happens. Obviously, it's not fun when that happens. Something I wish would just, be gotten rid of. But no, we just have to have the pill hitboxes. We just have to have them. Okay. So this is all set now. The only thing that's missing is this side piece and that side piece. So far, so good. Making good progress. Is that going to be a problem, or is that fine? No, that should be fine. This is above everything here, so this is kind of just doing its own thing. Not to say I can't check, because it is slightly different. Yeah, no, that's fine. Good. Alright, great. I think everything else here is fine, too. And if it's not fine, we'll make it fine at some point. Just for now, let's try to get the rest of these set. You see, this is something I should do immediately as opposed to whenever. Well, that depends. What are you? You are the first side zone. Okay, now here's the part that's gonna suck. Here's a part that's gonna suck. You're gonna also still be that though, but this part's gonna suck because this is gonna be all over the place. Given the way this is set, obviously. Which means this bridge needs to be lowered. Oh god, how lowered though? How lowered is it? Okay, hold on. We can do something here. All we know is that this has to at least be down by 1. We know that much for a fact, so bring this down by 1 automatically. We'll go to here. We'll hide both of these for now. We need this to go down here. Which means you need to go down here. Oh. Well, that makes some of that easier, I suppose. Okay, hold on. Before I do anything there, we can make this like 1. Whoops. Don't do that. Move up, you fool. Alright. How is that? Surely that little lip isn't going to be a problem, right? Oh, I hope. And we could probably at least make this one like a 4, right? There is also navigation. Well, yeah, technically navigation, but other aspects of it. Leave that as such. It's fine. We got a weird looking bridge if we did that. So let's try to have that be more in the middle, I suppose. Yeah, so that way we have like this looking like that. Well, here. Let's go down here. Let's show this. Shish. Most of it is almost fine, but not quite. So we don't really need this showing now. And is this in the way of anything? No, doesn't seem to be. Okay, good, great, fantastic. So I need to bring this down by 1, it would seem. Which is very annoying. If I did that, I would have to do something like this. And do something like this to bring this all down. And technically, if we're doing that, we could just put this at 5 and bring this out like so. But if we're also doing that, we gotta do the same thing here and put this at 5 like so. So that takes care of it, at least some of the problems with this being here like that. And it makes this look like it goes up like in a slant, kind of a slope. So Lopez. Anyways. How did I let this happen? How did I let this happen? Well, for starters, even if this was showing, this is a problem. Okay, let's figure this out. You don't need to be that, you can be 5. Though I suppose the arrow doesn't have to be fully showing. And it being inside is fine, I guess. We could have 2 going here, but what does the finish lock look like? Problem. Problem indeed. I could also just... where is this even at? Is this even necessary? Like, I could just get rid of that and make this into a 2 at a 0.5. Most of that isn't going to be even shown anyways, even if we could get a view of that there. And all of this is fine where it's at. Nothing changed. So now we can have this. Okay, I suppose we could at least still have... We'll just make you 6. Even if this doesn't matter, I still at least want to have some level of consistency. Take me down. Downed clown. Alright. Hide that. Put that here. But wait, there's more. This. Though admittedly, that's not too big of an issue. Just like move it up by 1 and then it's fine, right? If that's the case, I don't need that. I can just make this one 7 and then an 8. Okay, great. Fantastic. 4-1. Now this one's different, so I'm not going to do anything with that just yet. I think. Yeah, this is different, but it's also kind of in the same boat. It's like a different lock. Look, I'm just going to get the simple ones done with first. So I need you to show me the way. Also nice to have like three different paths to go down. Even though one is the definitive right path that will take you to where you need to go. But who's to say what's right and what's wrong? Okay, so that's not going to be in the way. Good. This is why we got to get these movement arrows in first. It was a mistake not to get these made first, but, you know. Hindsight's 20/20. And navigation was not on our mind at the time. Should have been, though. As like one of the most important aspects of the map. Navigation. Yep. Alright, let's see. Same old, same old. You're gonna be on this path. How did I move you? Stay there, you fool. Okay, show yourself. 180. Go up. Don't show yourself. Most is fine. This is the one that requires the nav gate. So we can't really do much with that right now, but I can do stuff with this. Most of this is going to be generally fine. I need to get around this one. Generally, there's going to be 5-1? No, 5-2, because this one is technically 5-1. Okay, there we go. What about... Let me see something for a second. Let me go to my prefabs. I want to see... navigation. Not that navigation. Finish movement arrow. Finish gate movement arrow. So that means I need one of you here. And I think this one is literally just... Oh, because of the fact that we didn't really have access to the script, we didn't put one in. But this is the finish gate move arrow. It's pretty simple, really. We just need to have both of these locks in their general position. Though I don't know why I can't see the finish lock from under that, but it's fine. It doesn't matter, because it's not supposed to show at the same time anyways. I need you to be at 90, and I need you to be in the right spot. See, that's Z-planing, but the finish one didn't for some reason. Whatever, it's fine. Here now we can set up the Zone 3 nav gate. We need the movement arrow. We need the finish lock, and we need the secret lock. And this one is basically 5-1. Because you're 5-1, you're 5-1, but what does the gate level do again? Is the gate level basically just this part here, this getting completed? Let's see, red lever path, red lever gate. We have... Yeah, these are private, though. These are just basically gathering the lever path, right? Okay, cool. So what's the lever path, then? Think of it as digits. So first digit, second digit, third digit, fourth digit, fifth digit, seventh digit, eighth digit. And that will be 9. So 8 digits. That's where the lever path is for this, 8 digits. And I believe we want this to be 8, so 7 zeros with the 1 there, which means I only need 2 here. Right? First path, split, second split, side path with the gate, so I need 4 zeros for that one, which, in this case, I could just do this, right? 4 zeros for this one. I think that's what that's supposed to be. First, or main, split 1, split 2s, voice log, regular gate, skull lever, side area. Okay. If that's, even if it's not that, this only activates this when the level loads in, so all I gotta do is just adjust the values here, whatever they need to be. And right now, this is what we got. So, path 0, everything is false. Path is 1, or is it supposed to be equal to 1? Where is save? Where is nav 2? Path 1, path 2. Okay, the red lever path greater than or equal to lever level. Lever level. Gate level. Path 5. Lever level 1. Gate level. If that's the case, then wouldn't that just be... There's an easier way to go about doing this. Let's just go to the grasslands and see what we did. This one being 1 makes the most sense, because this is a side path. Or not, this is path 1. What? Why put a what? Oh, right, because technically speaking, it's because of the way that's set up, if this is activating like you finish that, but that's not that, then it has to still be the alternative lock. But why is that one 3? Because this one is 3. That one is 3, 3. But this one is 6, 2. So the paths mean something else then. I suppose I'm only really grabbing like the number, not like direct numbers. So we're just getting the direct numbers that we need for specific categories. So like say path 1 is this is for the red gate, so we only really need that to be red, or 1 in this case. So all this does is just make sure that it goes through. Red lever path is greater than or equal to lever level, which is what we put in up there, which in this case, it's for some reason 3. But you're 6, 1. No, stop it. I guess gate level is 1, but the lever level up here is 3. Right. I know this feels like it doesn't make sense, but trust me, it does. It's just been so long since I've done this. Okay, so this is the gate level. Literally the first level here of that particular path that we're grabbing, and the path is just there to remind us of this is the first one. Meanwhile, this is the second one, so that's why it's 2. Lever level is 1 because it's its own thing, but the gate level is 3 because it's there. It's really simple. I just don't remember because it's been months since I got to this point. Okay, so path 1, lever level 2, it seems. Gate level 1, it seems. If we're taking that by its face value, that's what that is. Okay, good, great. I'm glad we did that. This was its own system, and took a lot of brain power and a lot of time, but it's fine. Alternate transition arrow, alternate movement arrow. Do I not have an alternate finish arrow? Oh, that can't be right. I should have an alternate finish stuff. I do. But where? And why? Wait, hold on. Because when I grabbed that, no. Back to the grasslands, and yes, save. Okay. So did I just do alternate movement arrow, then I added in another lock so that I could have that there? Because that's the regular lock. That's the other lock. That's the movement arrow. You know, if it works, it works. I'll do that then. Sure, why not? First things first, though, I do have to do this, which shouldn't be hard. It really shouldn't be. It's something so simple, and yet you just don't realize it at the time because you're just not sure. 1, 2. All right. Now, this is where things get a little tricky. But also, are you good? Yeah, you should definitely be good. Couple lengths away. Good. Okay. Duplicate you. Grab the zone 3 nav that. 1, 2, 1. We will remove this. Remove. And then we will just add these in. Same way we did it before, we'll just add these in like so. Technically, I don't really have to name this, but because why not? So that's that, and that's that. This makes sense because you can't have this show that there's an arrow there if you haven't actually completed it yet. Obviously. But now we need a new one here because this one is tempered with stuff that it should not have for this part specifically. And as for this part, well, here's the annoying part. This is going, oh wait, no, this is fine because it's upwards, and upwards doesn't go that far out. That's good. That's great. You're 2, not 3. That's a soft trap right there if I've ever seen one. You gotta complete this level. You can't leave unless you complete this level. We don't want that, do we? It would be funny as like a brief little spook, but then you remember you can fast travel, so it's not that big of an issue. It's more of an inconvenience than anything else. I don't know where I could have something like that, right? I can at least think of one area. One area that you get to in a very secretive and specific way. And you get there and you find that you can't leave because, oh no, it's an alternate arrow lock. I've got to complete this. But then you realize, oh wait, I can just fast travel. I'm not stuck here. Wait, no, this one's got to be 1 and 4. It would be a funny brief scare, but I don't really know where I could do that. I'm contemplating it. For like a momentary gaffe, it'd be funny. Alright. Now we're on the part that should be easier to do. Just for the moment. No, I need you to be here. Okay, that one is 6 and 1, so that one's pretty simplistic. This is all following the same category, so it should be simple. Alright. Go down. I don't know what I plan on doing for the other stuff there, so I might leave them temporarily left as they are. Like, it's not going to be much of anything because these are areas you're not going to access in general anyways. Like, you can't get there yet. None of the zones are made to allow you to get to there. So, yeah. That means you should be fine in that department, but you need to be there. And not here, but here. How much time is left? 4 minutes. How much can I get done with? Probably not a lot. Especially since I think this might need... No, it might be fine. I'm saying it might be fine. I don't know. I have to check. 270. Oh, yes, I could do negatives. I still prefer to keep the numbers whole if there's no reason not to do it. I just want to make sure that this is actually going in direction, or placed in a direction it should be placed in. Because otherwise it will just look weird if it's not. Alright, so 1 and 4, no problem. You're going up, so some of that should be easy enough, right? Okay. You should be 6-1, I think? Yeah. Alright, show me the arrow. Great. Glad we got the disco arrow to show us the way. Press the wrong button. I tried the copy instead of duplicate. An honest mistake or something, or whatever. We have another lock arrow, and I have no clue how that's going to go. And I have not done at least that version of the lock one in a while. That one is locked, but that one's going to not be messed with. The same with this, and the same with that. Though I ideally want to get to the point of being able to go into there to test stuff, but I gotta finish some things before I can do that, so yeah. And I've got a lot of time. This is where one of the locks are, it seems. But this one is not a finished lock, though. This is like a full-on actual secret lock. Oh... Where is my prefabs again? Secret movement arrow, basically. Let me basically put that here, but I gotta move this where it needs to be. So I gotta figure this one out. This is not the kind of... I don't... No, wait, isn't this gonna actually be way easier than my brain is telling me it is? Because it's not that complex in the grand scheme of things. Oh, are you going to be in the way? You might be in the way. It would turn out that you are in the way. No problem. I'll make this 2, bring this down. Alarm is going to go off in like 7 seconds, so I'll just turn that off so we don't get jump scared by alarm. And I say before we fully end it for the day, you only really need to have it go up by like 1, right? Yes. Secret lock. Movement arrow. This is not a finished one. This one is an actual full-on secret, and I know what I want to do here. And I find this one to be interesting because of the thing it does to open up this and get you to the tar pits, or whatever that was called. So I think this one needs to be 7-1, right? Right? To get past this one, that needs to be 1-1, or in other words, 1. To get past this one, it needs to be 7-1. Not 2-2, 7-1. So whatever you do here completes an objective. That then gets you further up ahead. Can I just get this done with real quick before I call it here? I mean, it's not like it's going to be that much, right? I just want to get this path done with. And then the only thing that will be left will be the one thing. So this one should be 7-2 then, right? Oh yeah, if that's the case, then you do need to be 7-2. And you need to be 7-3, which means you actually need to be 3. Okay, you're not supposed to be fully shown, so you get out of here. Nevertheless, that's supposed to be 3. That's supposed to be 3 for the lever, because that's technically what this is supposed to be. 3. And this one's a 2. And the arrow here was moved, right? No, it was not moved. Let's move it now. No problem. And the next ones only really require this. So this one's the same thing. It just needs the 7-1. Nothing too massive, just the 7-1. It's the only way you can get this unlocked if this is 7-1. It makes sense given what this path is. Not even that much left here. And plus, there's still more to this zone. It's just I can't get to it yet until I build it and figure out how the hell it's going to look. Because it's not exactly going to be a walk in the park building that part of the zone. That's why I want to do that one off camera, to give me my own space to think about what I want to do. Have something on in the background while I do it, so on and so forth. But I got other stuff that also needs to get done with. And kind of is taking up most of my time. Okay, alright. Honestly, there's not even that much left. I could just knock this out of the park and be done. I'll do it. Why not? Might as well just get this out of the way and over with, really. Simple as that. Go in, 0, bring this over. Bring me in so I can see. Not that far in, Jesus Christ. Close that off. Everything recording is fine? Yeah. For being this far along, it better be recording fine. I don't believe this one's a secret. This one's just, yeah, out in the open. No secret lock, just out in the open. Simple as that. I'm not going to worry about all the other secret locks, though. They're not as important. But you're moved into place, right? Yeah. So now all I got to do is just move you into place. Up by 1. Yep. Put to 3. Oh, wait, 8, 1. Right, because this is not that. This is this. It's fine. It's fine. Well, I'll just grab you and anyways. Where are we? Here. See, no problem. No problem at all. Kind of. Some problems. Things that aren't done yet and won't get done with for quite some time. Because it's not as important right now. Like, yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, all I gotta do now is just get this into place, and then I think that'll be all the navigation set for the time being. At least we'll be able to get to all the levels that we can do in the zone as soon as we enter it. As opposed to the ones that we can't do because we gotta go to other zones to be able to gain access to some of them. Oops. 81. Or 81. That's that. This one requires something else. Something that we're not going to worry about right now. We do have the model for it, but other than that, though, navigation, transfer arrows we don't need to worry about. If we're going to get navigation set up, we're going to do that when we build one of these levels, I'd say. I would say in the meantime, we'll focus on trying to get more zones built next. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Alright, that's all time I have for today's episode, folks. So thank you all for watching today's episode of Game Crafters. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, previous episode of Game Crafters right over here, and the most recent episode of Minecraft RTC Edition right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Later.